Okay, good morning. So, yeah, that's right. We have this 100 rupees per yawn, and there's some faculty who also have exciting offers. 3 yawns for 250 rupees. uh, this presentation is about, okay, let me put it this way. Whatever impact director's talk had on you, my presentation will only reinforce it. MBAs are dime a dozen, right? So you have IIMs, then you have IITs and NITs offering MBA, then you have the best among the rest, and then you have the niche players, IRMA, which is mainly into rural management, IIFT, which is into foreign trade, then different formats, ISB, Great Lakes, one-year programs, right, executive MBA programs, and others. Any idea how many B schools are there in India? It's about 4,000. And you have chosen TAPME, right? 2 years in TAPME, what is the outcome expected? I can think of several things. A good job with an MNC, with a fat salary, easy diploma with a girlfriend. Okay. Greater maturity and changed outlook, better, more responsible. No claps for this, right? Okay. It could be any of these, but I'll run a quiz for you. You did not fare well in the last quiz. How many pages that PGP handbook had? So, how big is TAPME campus in acres? Raise your hands. 42. What? What international accreditation? Okay. ASCS. Okay. What is? Ask the full form. Okay. What is the full form of ASCSB? Don't ask me for the answer. Okay. Yeah. Anyone? Yes. I see one hand coming up there. Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's it. Association to. Somebody heard it as Colgate. Okay. TAPME's placement track record, somebody said 100%. That's right. What is the average salary last year? Okay. 8 point. How many jobs were lost in the last 3 years? Yes, we had 100% placement, but we lost more than 150 plus jobs in the last 3 years. You know what a job loss means? The recruiter comes here with an intent to take more, but he goes back without filling his quota. These are the companies where we lost jobs. Would you like to be in these companies? All were high paying jobs. So we asked them, asked the recruiters, why did you go back empty handed? I mean, it's not that they all went empty handed. Maybe there are some companies which came with an intent of taking 20, they went back only with 10, 12, right? So I consider the 8 as a job loss here. Communication skills, not up to the mark. Analytical skills, not up to the mark. Business awareness, not up to the mark. Conceptual knowledge, not up to the mark. So what you see here is reading habit, 0. They have said that the students seem to lack some skills, they seem to lack some knowledge, and the problems with behavior as well. So the reasons, skills, knowledge problems, behavior problems. All areas there are problems, that means there is a problem with the attitude. Attitude, how does it manifest? Management is all about practices, so all theory is gas. Don't teach us theory. And what is theory? Theory is something which you mug up and write in the exams. Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to mug up? Because you read on the last day. And when you read on the last day, you don't understand what is said in that. So the best way of remembering that is mugging up. So anything that you need to mug up is theory. Yes? Is that the understanding of theory? Marks are not important. They do not tell how good I am. And this issue is raised by only those people who do not get enough marks. Nobody who gets more than 75% comes and says, I have scored more than 75, marks are not important. It is only who have less than 20, less than 30. Sir, don't judge me on the basis of marks. Marks are not important. I have worked, I have seen the world. I need not be bothered with books. Don't tell me what to read. Don't tell me what to learn. I know everything. Right? I've cleared CAT, XAT. I got in TAPME. Let me now relax and enjoy life. That sense of achievement is over once you have a good CAT score and you get somewhere else in a good B school. Other than TAPME, right? I am what I am. You have to accept me the way I am. Very simple. I came here for a job. Let me get one and get out. The result? Let's talk about jobs. Let me come back. You agree with this? All are graduates with good scores. Everyone is above 60%, everyone is first class here, right? All are above TAPME's CAT cutoff, is more than 80. All have cleared the minimum threshold of TAPME GDPI when you go and give the interview, when you write something. So there are certain things that we expect bare minimum. You all have cleared that. Majority have worked in, I heard yesterday that 65% of the batch has work experience. So majority have worked in good companies, right? Companies such as Infosys, Cognizant, Wipro, L&T, Mahindras, right? But some get the best jobs, some do not. Some crack the first interview while some attend as many as 15 interviews. Why should this happen? If everything here is same, why should this happen? When you enter the system, you are all equals, good track record, good CAT score, but when you go out, this is what happens. Why? Are we all same? Do you think that To secure a CAT score of above 90, everyone requires to put the same amount of effort. Isn't it true that some of us have to work harder? Some of us may have to work even more harder. Yes? Right? So all are not equal. So people need to put in different levels of effort. So the bottom line here is party time cannot be same for everyone. You need to understand that. Somebody is having a good time, you need to ask a question to yourself, can I afford to have? You can afford to have good time, but so much of time for those things. Probably that person, he doesn't require much effort. He's already done his work and then he's enjoying. For you, the situation is different. There is an assignment submission hanging on your head. You need to take a call. If you cannot manage academics, you cannot manage social relationships, you cannot manage social activities, extracurriculars, placements. There are a lot of competitions happening around. You would like to go and attend, right? So you would like to take part in those competitions because it looks good on your CV. But when do you go? The cost of your studies here? I had a situation a couple of years back. The batch came in, and 2 months after that, there was a request from a first year student that he would like to go and attend a competition in another B school. So I asked him, why do you want to go? I want to showcase my management skills in 2 months. 2 months' time. We give enough opportunity for students to go and take part in these events. Absolutely, absolutely no problem. And we don't even have attendance issue there. In fact, students are going and representing the institute. They're winning the prize for the institute. So even their absence is taken care of. But you must choose those events. Somebody comes and says, I want to go and attend one, take part in a competition which is happening in somewhere in northern Karnataka in an institute which someone has hardly heard about. It doesn't make sense. We don't allow that. We have a list of institutions where our students can go and take part. If you can manage, then do not assume others can manage. You would have done your work, you would have done your studies, your assignment is over. Please do not pull someone who is actually working hard on that. The kind of pressure that you should put should be positive and not negative. The bottom line is your worth is judged not by you. You cannot be saying that I am good, I am good, I am good, take me. It is, the recruiters are seasoned people. They know how to judge a candidate. And let me tell you something. Most of the times, the recruiters select a candidate based on the candidate's attitude. Knowledge and skill is okay. So 2 years in TAPME, what is the outcome expected? The first one, second one, third one, or the fourth one? Now I know you will all say third and fourth one. Actually, this is an incorrect representation. The correct representation would be this. This will happen. If this happens, this will automatically, this has to follow this. This has to follow this, this has to follow this, and this has to follow this, right? So what is more important for you are these things. Then this will happen. You agree with me? Yes? So 2 years in TAPME, if the outcome is TAPME's responsibility, what about the behavior? I will live the way I wish. I will study the way I wish, but you get me a job. Remember, it is learning to learn and not just learning to earn. So how TAPME helps learning? The first philosophy is wisdom cannot be told. Like director was explaining, we teach differently. In fact, don't teach, we facilitate learning. So there is no textbook teaching, there is no notes taking. You will have to learn on your own through experiences. You can expect a higher level of academic rigor. We go deeper into things. We want you to raise to that level. Faculty will always challenge you. We have very clearly defined learning outcomes. When a faculty designs a course, a faculty member must clearly state at the end of this course what will be the student be able to do. For example, in a statistics course, we may say that the students will be able to distinguish between different probability distributions and apply the right one in a given context. So we have very clear learning outcomes, and these learning outcomes are also measured. Management is all about attitude. Coming on time, director spoke about being on time to the class. We consider this as an attitude. Having respect for others is an attitude. Managing your own time, attitude. Making the right choice, and then being prepared to accept the consequence of the choice that you have made is an attitude. And we are a mission-driven institute. What is our mission? Has anyone's, you have read the book, right? The TAPME handbook. Yes, to excel in postgraduate management education, research and practice, that is the mission. And this is how we will achieve it, by nurturing and developing global wealth creators and leaders. This is what the director was speaking about. It's a component of our mission, respect for diversity. And then we have these value bounds. We shall do this with a holistic concern for ethics, environment, and society. Very important. Ethics, respect for diversity, benchmarking against the best in class institutions, and excellence. These are the program learning goals for our PGDM programs. We have 5 of them. Okay, now this is how it links with mission. When we say that demonstration of mastery, actually it links with excellence. That is how it links with excellence. When we say developing global wealth creators and leaders, we have also said in our program goals that students will take leadership roles in business situations. When we say ethics for concern for ethics and environment, we say application of principles of ethics and corporate governance. So what I am trying to say here is that we are highly focused on our mission. Whatever we have said in our mission, actually our program level goals are derived from our mission. So this is a question that must be in your mind now. Why am I being subjected to all these things? This is what is supposed to happen, right? Entry, you have entered now, learning, and then exit after 2 years. But the situation is this, that you have put a lot of time and money here, yes or no? You spent a lot of time for preparing CAT, you have now spent a lot of money to get into a good B school. Now this time and money has been put for this learning, right? Yes? This is what's supposed to be happening. This part is totally neglected. You would like to be here. Yes? Isn't it the goal? Yes or no? You all want a good job, right? But for that, there is no shortcut. You need to go through this. If you overlook this, then this part will not happen. I have done a calculation. 21 months you stay here, so many hours you study, so much of money you pay. So this comes to 25 rupees 25 per minute. So now, does it make sense for a faculty to say that you be on time? If you come 5 minutes, you are losing 125 rupees. See how concerned we are about your money. So as I said earlier, our focus is on learning. So what can you expect? Academic rigor. What does it mean, working individually and in groups? You all have been put in your associate groups now, right? A list has been given. So you will find lot of opportunities wherein you need to work in groups. There will be lot of pre-reads and post-reads. So we said that we don't teach out of textbook. So for a particular topic, the faculty may decide that he or she will run a case, and you may be required to read 3 chapters of the textbook and come prepared for that. In addition to that, some articles and come prepared for that. It may also so happen that after the class, the faculty may give you some reading. So there is lot of outside the classroom work that you need to do, individually as well as in groups. I have spoken about multiple evaluation components yesterday, right? So there will be multiple evaluation components. Class participation is very important. A lot of courses will have class participation as an evaluation component. There could be a course which has about 20% class participation. I think we'll be starting a course in another 2 days called Managerial Analysis for Decision, called MAND, in which class participation is 50%. Class participation is 50%. So obviously, when you need to participate in the class, when you need to speak in front of your classmates and in front of faculty, your preparation needs to be of the higher order, right? Another dimension of academic rigor is that being challenged on your beliefs. The faculty will push you a lot. So if you say something, they may ask you why. You give an explanation, again they may ask why. Why do you say that? Think. You have to come up with an answer, right? Going beyond what is taught, deeper analysis, especially in experiential learning, you will have some courses here where the entire course is run through a game. After the game is over, probably the faculty would want you to analyze your own experience. Why did you do this? What happened? Could you have done it better? What is the learning for you? And then demonstration of your skills, demonstration of what you have learned. For example, in a course such as communication, every day the faculty may ask you to come on stage and make some presentations. Remember, you are now in postgraduate education, so the learning is going to be of higher order, meaning most of us are used to reading textbooks, solving some problems, going and writing in the exams. And when you prepare for the examination on the last day, everything is here. You don't want to talk to anyone because you are afraid that you may forget that. So your friend comes and tells you, "Arey yaar, baat mat karo. Let me go." Next day you go to the exams, pata pata, you blurt it out, you write, come out again blank. Now that is not the kind of learning we are talking about. Permanency. You need to internalize what you have learned, and that should stay with you. And you are all adults, right? So what is this being an adult? Age does not make you an adult. You cannot be saying, "Sir, I am 23, sir," doesn't mean anything to us. Freedom is for enjoyment and not for exploitation. So director spoke about the liberty to sit on pavements, right? Yeah. So there is freedom to do that, but do not exploit it. There are actions and consequences. You must, this is extremely important. There are actions and consequences. You are responsible for your actions. If something is not communicated to you and then you take an action and which is not acceptable, probably you are right when you say, I did not know that, so it's a mistake. But when everything is very clearly mentioned to you, especially director spoke about copying, right? You have been told that that is not acceptable to us, there are no compromises, and still somebody does that and then says, I'm sorry sir, please excuse me. No. You made a choice and you knew that what is the consequence, then sorries will not work here. Let me be absolutely blunt on that. Sorry works best with parents. चलता है बेटा, गलती किया ना, चलता है, किसी सबसे हो जाता है, right? There are certain things on which there are no compromises, let me tell you, especially when it comes to academic integrity. Copying, plagiarism, stealing somebody's report, we do not approve of that. Absolutely no. If you realize this, welcome to the world of adults. So the faculty at TAPME, they expect you to be on time always. They expect you to come prepared to the class. They expect you to submit assignments in time. All new experiences for you, right? Yes? They expect you to demonstrate appropriate body language. Yawning is not an appropriate body language, right? Extending yourself to the next chair is not an appropriate body language. And they also bring in something very unexpected. They expect you to expect something unexpected, like what happened today morning. Did you expect that Mr. Roshan Mahanama will come? We also did not know that, actually, to be frank with you. It was a surprise for us. So remember, you have chosen to be here. Yes? Give 2 years of your life to TAPME, the rest is at your disposal. Okay, right. So the 2 years of PGP, the conduct of PGP program is governed by the PGP policy handbook, which has how many? 19 pages? 56 pages. Read it. Read it again and again. That's the homework for you today. What it has is something on academics, library, IT, hostels, and general behavior. I would say this and this are extremely important. Please read it. We have rules. We've been having rules since last so many years. So you know that I am an alumnus of this institute. I graduated in 1990. Even that time there were rules, but I think there were only about 2-3 pages. We were not very innovative that time. So yeah. But we have also been delivering since last so many years. You must keep that in mind. It's not just about rules. So do's and don'ts, we do not approve of this. I have already mentioned about this. Cheating, not only in examinations, outside also we do not approve of this. Misrepresentation of facts. Firing on others' shoulders. Facebook heroism. Putting something on Facebook. If you have any problems, walk straight to the faculty. No one is going to harm you on that. Any problem, sort it out. We are open to that. We are open to discussions. And we do not approve of indiscipline. So what we appreciate is diversity of viewpoints, that what director was talking about, right? generation of alternatives. Why this becomes extremely important, let me explain. There are a lot of events here in TAPME which are student driven. They are managed by students end to end, right? So when students take responsibility of some activities such as a brand scan or Atharva, if there are problems, we expect the students to come with their own viewpoints and come with alternatives and then seek help. Sir, there is a problem and we have put our heads together and there are 3 possible ways. This is A, this is B and this is C. Can you please help us in deciding which is a better alternative? That is something which we appreciate, and not straight away putting the whole problem onto us, because these are all co-curricular activities which are supposed to impart a lot of learning in you. You know that you have a 2-month industry internship after your first year. So you all go to the organizations. So you have a faculty guide. So you go up to an organization and the organization says, listen, this is my problem. My distributors are not selling my product. So you need to find out what are the reasons. If you just send a mail to the faculty saying, sir, I've been given this problem, now how should I go about? No one will reply. If you want to get a response from the faculty guide, then probably you need to say that, sir, this is the problem given to me, I have thought through this and this is what I feel I should be doing. These are the 2 directions emerging. Please tell me which is the better one. Definitely will get a reply. Have I explained this generation of alternatives and diversity of viewpoints? Yes? Okay. Creativity, positive ways, right? We appreciate creativity. So there are a lot of instances where TAPME students have demonstrated excellent creativity. One instance I can think of is the